Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, when William Samoei Ruto was campaigning, he was very clear that he wanted to form a government of the hustler, Mama Mboga and the boda, but not a government of sharing positions. He was saying this because already in one hand he was accusing the Azimio side, which was being led by railaodinga, because according to him, Azimio had a clear plan of sharing positions among the people he referred to as the big boys and the girls in the house. So according to Ruto, Raila was going to form a government of the rich who are going to share positions. But for him, they were not interested in sharing positions, but delivering service to the hustlers. But seemingly, after Ruto took over the office, it's like he's going to the same route which he was condemning. There will be no sharing of positions, and as we are watching now, Ruto has a proposal in his government to introduce the position of Chief Administrative Secretary, CAS, in his government. Besides this, there are also other positions that Ruto already is going to create through an executive order, which will make Musalia Mudavadi a prime cabinet secretary. So if Raila was proposing Kalonzo to be prime minister, already Ruto is giving Musalia Mudavadi a prime minister position. Same thing. And this is what Ruto had proposed through the Public Service Commission, and they have said the press statement. I want us to go through it, then after that, I will tell you the reason why William Ruto is introducing this position in his government, so that you can be well informed. Press statement: public participation on the proposed establishment of the position of Chief Administrative Secretary. The Public Service Commission has invited members of the public to submit their views on the proposed establishment of the position of Chief Administrative Secretary. The view in writing should be addressed to the Secretary, Public Service Commission, PO Box 3009 500100 Nairobi, Oro, hand delivered to the Commission's office at Commission House, Harambee Avenue, or by email cas@publicservice.go.ke, not late than 6th October 2022. The invitation of the public participation follow a proposal by His Excellency, the President, to the Commission to establish the office of the Chief Administrative Secretary in the accordance with the provision of Article 132(4)(a) of the Constitution. The President has proposed to establish the office of the Chief Administrative Secretary, which will be office in the public service and will be under the direction of Cabinet Secretary, said Ambassador Anthony Muchiri, PSA chairperson, in press release on Wednesday. Okay? The Commission will recommend persons to hold the position of Chief Administrative Secretary for the appointment through a competitive recruitment process that shall culminate in the nomination by the President and the vetting by the National Assembly. The function of Chief Administrative Secretary will entail responding to issues touching on the portfolio assigned to the office, providing liaison with the National Assembly and the Senate, providing liaison with the county government on matters of concurrent mandate and a common interest, providing inter-ministerial secretarial coordination, responding to Cabinet Secretary at any meeting as instructed by the Cabinet Secretary, and executing any other duties and responsibilities specified assigned to the office by the Cabinet Secretary in furtherance of the interest of the ministry. Instead, interested applicants will be required to propose a bachelor degree from a recognized university and excellent interpersonal and communication skill. They will be also be expected to demonstrate ability to manage the administrative political interface, articulate public policy and programs, and undertake complex and high-pressure tasks that require engagement with the multi-institution and other public offices, among others. Brown, Kunzo, Corporate Communication, Public Service Commission, 21st September 2022. That is the press start. Now, as a hustler, whether you like or you don't like, the truth of the matter is that these positions are going to be created and there are people who are going to be rewarded. So, in as much Ruto, as a presidential candidate, preached water, today, as a president, he's selling wine. That's the truth of the matter. And why? There are about 4 or 5 reasons, in my view, I feel why Ruto is getting this position. And we want to look into that. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give our video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, by the way, CAS position is just like an assistant minister in the old constitution. That's the truth of the matter. And therefore, such a position, in the old constitution, if you give to someone assistant minister role, already the people who are getting this position were members of parliament. So these are the people who already have an office, they have vehicles, and they have the security. But when you bring such an office in this new constitution, it means you have to create an office for this person, the car, and the security you provide for this person, and then a salary. But in the other side, they were just earning allowances. So that means that with this new constitution, creating this position, you are just burdening the taxpayers so that they can pay more money, and these people will be paid salary, their transport, their accommodation, and their security will be taken care of. So taxpayers' money, the hustler, has to be taxed more so that these people will earn salary. Ruto, who promised not to milk more from the taxpayer, is here bringing people on table that will force him to milk more from the Mboga, Boda, and the hustler so that these people will be provided transport, accommodation, their bills, and their salary. But why? Of course, he promised Musalia Mudavadi he support him so that he will become a prime cabinet secretary in that government. So he has to fulfill it so that 2027 he will be sure of the support. So now it's clear. Kalonzo, prime cabinet secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, prime cabinet secretary. No difference here. Secondly, they are people who are giving money for campaign. Zile pesa tulikuwa tunaona Ruto akipeana 2 million, 3 million to Mboga. He was playing an philanthropist role in the campaign. He had a lot of goodies to coerce the electorate to vote for him. Now, Mboga, Boda, and the hustler should be aware it is time to repay the money Ruto was giving over as handouts. So how do you bring back the money? The people who are contributing money in your campaign, you have to reward them with jobs so that they can recover their money. So the money for campaign and handouts you are getting happily has to be recovered, and it is through you. They have to tax you to pay these people. That's clear. Number 3, there are people who are campaigning for Ruto on the ground. People sacrifice to campaign. It is time to reward these people who are campaigning for Ruto. Sasa hii ni serikali ya kugawana. Wenye watapata hii ng'ombe wapate kichwa, wenye watapata mbavu, wenye watapata mkia, wenye watapata kwato, miguu. Yes. So they have to share it out with the people who struggled to make this government. Number 3, Ruto want to reward his friends. There are people whom he schooled together. The same way Uhuru was rewarding his friends in 2013 and 2017, Ruto want to do the same. You reward your friends. So it is time for the big boys in the building to share. And at an expense of the hustler to be taxed. For these people to be rewarded. So, in as much they told us that they are going to create a government for the poor, a government for Mboga, a government for the hustler. The truth of the matter is that it is time for the UDA team to share positions and to celebrate and to enjoy at expense of Mboga. So in my own view, I believe that Mboga, Boda and the hustler were duped by President William Samoei Ruto, because now seemingly he's doing contrary to what he was selling to the electorate during the campaign. So ni wakati wa kugawana nafasi. Kama mlijua serikali ni ya hustler, basi hii ndio maana ya hustler. See you in our next video. Because you tell me, already the court had pronounced itself that the appointment of CAS was unconstitutional. That was during President Uhuru Kenyatta. So that's why Ruto is trying to bring it through public participation so that it will mean that it's following the law. But again, you already have CAS. 21 cabinet secretaries. These people are enough to do the work. Why bring in these other positions if really it is not reward to the team? If it is not sharing of power? I'm convinced it is time to share. Na hiyo ndio serikali ya mahasla. Kama ulikuwa unapigia hasla ukitarajia mengine, basi sasa hayo ndio matokeo ya huo uchaguzi. See you in our next video.